Good morning, pretty girl. How you doing? You good? Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. So it is, I think, January 18th. I think it's a Friday. It's about 3:15 in the afternoon. Today, so far, has been kind of a bust. I went to a friend's estate sale. He has a couple vintage shops here in Las Vegas, around the area. And I guess he was just having what he calls an estate sale, just selling the stuff he can't sell in the booth. And there was really nothing there. I was kind of disappointed. And then I went to a Goodwill because it was around the corner. There was nothing there. I bought a Ralph Lauren pullover, little red thing, so I'll wear that sometime soon for $7. I liked it, but there was really nothing fun there to resell. And then I figured, I have some packages at the airport post office box. I knew I had a package there. So I ran over here before they closed, and I found a couple packages. Two things I ordered. One from Amazon. It is a huge box of cat treats, because as much as you guys send me, I still go through them very, very fast with the cats. And then I had a cookbook from America's Test Kitchen that I was waiting for. I got that. I did not expect the two other packages that have me on the verge of tears right now. First off, Linda W. sent me this beautiful card. And inside the beautiful card, where did I put it, was a little Christmas ornament for my Christmas tree, which is still up. And it will probably still be up in March. But she sent me a little Christmas ornament for my tree. Look, it's Buddy. And I love that. And then I got this little box. I thought, it's from a pottery in Detroit. And I'm not quite sure if I remembered seeing this potter while in a museum, because it's by a Pewabic pottery in Detroit. Right there. And I remember seeing a piece of Pewabic pottery in a museum sometime recently, and I went on to eBay looking for some pieces just because I thought the pottery was really good looking. In fact, I think I might have a piece that I may have bought in the distant past at the house ready to list on eBay. But I was like, Pewabic, I don't think I ordered anything from Pewabic. I hope I'm saying it right. And there was a beautiful little little catalog inside, and I opened it up, and inside was this note from Judith, who is also known as Motor City Judy, with a beautiful note saying she hopes I had a great Christmas. This is her second attempt at sending something to me for Christmas. And I opened it up and proceeded to really try to not lose my mind, because I have to show you this. This is indescribably beautiful. It's a Christmas ornament for my tree. But look at that. And I can't express to you how almost sensuous the glaze is. It is just the most delicious glaze. And the color, of course, makes me think of Claire. And she is ever present on my mind. It's been more than 2 years since she passed away, but I still think of her all the time, every day. And this color makes me think quite a bit of Claire. But isn't that beautiful? It's an ornament from this pottery in Detroit, and it just makes me super excited and overjoyed. I mean, I love this too. I love this. It's my cat Buddy, who is my soulmate. There are no better gifts. The fact that any of you think of me at all makes me want to lose my shit. It's always so touching. But this piece really is very special to me. It's not going to end up on my tree. It's going to end up in my house somewhere. This is something that can't just be put away. I'm going to have to put this somewhere in my house where I get to see it every day. So thank you so much for that gift. I am just overjoyed. I think I'm actually going to hang it in my car for the time being somewhere, just so I don't lose it in my mess, because my car is almost as bad as my house. There it is, right there in front of me. So I don't know what the rest of this video is going to be. It might be a short conversation about the merger, the failed merger. It might be about what a chaser is. I'm not quite sure, but we'll get to that point, the two of us, in a moment, probably faster in your time than mine, because I don't know what I'm going to say to you. So I'll see you in a second, whatever it is. All right, bye. Hey guys, how are ya? Good afternoon. So the last time you saw me, I was at the employee parking area at the airport, opening up presents. I've got the little ceramic figurine hanging from where I charge my phone. I might leave it here, because I just love it, and it's right here. I have the other ornament sitting next to me on my right. It's going to go right on the Christmas tree, which will be up until March, I'm sure. So I have that. It'll be right on my tree in a few hours. I've stopped off at 3 Goodwills, 3. And I found 2 things that I bought. One was a pair of crystal candlestick holders that I think are vintage Blenko, which is a company in West Virginia. They have a studio there that I would love to go to one day to watch them blow glass. But if it's not Blenko, it's a Scandinavian company I think I recognize. So I'll do a little research on those pieces. And then I bought a Ralph Lauren polo red sweatshirt, kind of zip sweater thing in bright red. I've been told I look good in red, probably because I look like Santa Claus. Probably. Yeah, so very little success in my shopping endeavors. So I'm heading to a 4th Goodwill because I feel the need to go. And I figured this is a perfect time to chat with you guys about the merger and my thoughts around the merger. I think it's been roughly a year since the acquisition by Hostile Takeover was announced, and I think it's been roughly a year. When it was first announced, if you don't remember, I was very upset. I was not happy. I did not want things to change. I like I love who I work for. I love my job. I love everything about my job. And I didn't want things to change. I was afraid of things that, looking back with hindsight, were a little frivolous to be upset about, but they felt very valid at the time. Like, I was worrying about my seniority, my pay, was I going to have to take time away and travel to be retrained for a different airline? All sorts of stuff. I was not happy about it. And in addition, I didn't want to work for JetBlue. I just didn't. Nothing wrong with them. They're fine. I just didn't want to work for them. I had applied to work for them when I first applied for the job as a flight attendant, and they were the first company to say, no. Thank you very much. Okay. But yeah, I didn't want to work for JetBlue. And so I was unhappy about it when I first heard about it. But over the past year, I've come to kind of accept the inevitable that it was going to happen. All of our pilots agreed it was going to happen. A lot of my coworkers agreed it was going to happen. Very few of us wanted it to happen. Very few flight attendants were excited about that. Almost none of us. But, we're powerless. They're not going to ask us what we think. But the company and JetBlue were both like hot to tell us about like how it's going to benefit consumers by saving them $1 billion, and it's going to create jobs. I don't understand either of those things. We have a surplus of employees. I'm sure they do too. I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if we were to face furloughs. I wouldn't be shocked in the next year. Just saying, I think it's probably going to happen. And then saving money. I mean, JetBlue's not going to lower their prices. So I don't know. I don't know how they were trying to lie to us, but so the government was trying to block the merger because they were afraid of a sort of a they were going to really decimate the low-cost airline industry. Like, there's only 3 of us, really, the major ones. My airline, Allegiant, and Frontier. There's a couple other small companies that, fill in the gaps, but So the government was suing to block the merger. My company seemed to be super excited and super positive and hyped because they really felt that they understood what the judge was going to do. Surprise, surprise, it did not go through. He blocked it. I'm sure there's going to be an appeal if it doesn't go to an appellate court, which is very different than the original thing. It's really just re-examining the evidence and situations and stuff and seeing whether or not it should go to another trial, whether or not to support or contradict the judge's ruling. So an appellate decision would be very, very different than the one we just heard. Yeah, so he blocked it, agreeing that it would ruin the low-cost industry, the low-cost airline industry. So they blocked it. Now, again, it's been almost a year of me dreading, but also facing the reality. This is probably going to happen and coming to accept it. And the reality is, if it had happened, my income potentially could have been increased a little bit. I don't think my seniority would have been affected greatly because our company is actually older than theirs. And in terms of how we hire, I probably would have retained my seniority. They need Las Vegas as a base. They need Las Vegas as a base because they're so heavily concentrated on the East Coast. I think they have LA, but I don't know what else they have. So I was surprisingly shocked, and there was a little tiny part of me that was sort of sad that it wasn't going to happen because I had been accepting the possibility for so long that I was kind of surprised. Now I'm relieved because I get to stay where I am. I like status quo. I like it. I like consistency. I like where my life is. I worked very hard to get where I am. So I like that. There's something else I wanted to say about that, though. Oh, yes. So, Facebook. I try to avoid Facebook when it comes to work and coworkers and opinions and things like that because it's so polarizing. But there's a ton of people in my company who are like, oh, it's over. We're going to be liquidating our planes. We're going to be selling off stuff. We're going to be furloughing everybody. And pretty soon we're going to go bankrupt. And then we're going to go out of business. That's what people are saying. And I think they're completely wrong. I think we are much more resilient. And the way that our company is structured and our product line and everything about it, I think we are much more flexible than any other airline in the industry right now to be able to handle the sort of rapids that we're going to have to face in the next few months to a year. We are going to be receiving some funds from JetBlue. They agreed if it didn't go through, it was like $400 and something million. Kind of exciting. Did you kind of see the car move behind me? That was alarming. It did a U-turn, but it did it right behind me. What else? There's a whole bunch of reasons. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So I'm not upset about anything. I am not being pessimistic, as some of my coworkers are. I think we are flexible. I think we can turn on a dime. I think we've got a pretty good executive team, and we have full airplanes all the time. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Things are good. I will say there is another thought that rolls right behind, very quietly behind these positive thoughts is, now there's a price tag on us, or a bullseye, or a target, a for sale sign on our back. That's kind of quietly speaking to me in the back of my head, like, well, now it's obvious we're for sale, so some other company is going to kind of swoop in and try and take us. We'll see. I don't think that's going to happen. But there you go. That is what I feel about the merger. So if you guys have been asking me, those are my thoughts. They are the thoughts I have as I'm driving around. So I'm sure I could probably have voiced them a little more clearly had I been in a hotel room, for example. But thank you for being here during my little bit of a ramble. And I think that's it. I will see you guys later. All right. Oh, wait. Did anyone appreciate this coat, this vintage Pendleton? got the button up there, the leather wrap button. Is this not a gorgeous vintage Pendleton coat? I got this for $35 last year. This is the first time it's been cold enough for me to wear it. But I bought this last year for $35 at Savers. Isn't it gorgeous? It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous and very warm. I was convinced I was going to try and sell it, but I think it's too good to let go, so it's mine. All right, now I'll let you go. All right, fly safe, guys. Bye.